Hi Gothletts! Welcome to episode 4 of Stories to Fall Asleep To on the origin of pagan religion. I'm your host, if you didn't already know, Sarah, and today we're uncovering the pagan roots of the ancient Roman religion. So, just grab yourself a drink, get comfortable, get warm, and I shall begin. All citations and sources will be in the description. I found it a lot easier to keep them all there in one place than list them throughout the podcast. So the Roman Empire stands as one of the most influential civilizations in history, shaping the Western world in countless ways. We use Latin today in our medicinal and legal fields still. I had a crotch goblin teaching a younger crotch goblin last week Latin. It seems like it's getting a bit of a resurgence at the moment. But behind its grand temples and pantheons of gods lies a complex tapestry of beliefs with deep pagan roots. Join me as we peel back these layers of history to reveal the origins of the ancient Roman religion. The ancient Romans were not the first inhabitants of the Italian peninsula. So Italy, if you didn't know, it's in Europe, and it's a country that's shaped a bit like a boot with a heel, and then you've got Sicily on the end like a football. Very recognisable. Before then, various indigenous peoples inhabited the region, each with their own religious practices. And we're seeing this a lot as we're delving into these ancient pagan roots, that we do have a lot of different people with their own religion, and for the most part living in harmony with each other, or basically just not bumping into each other. Among these were the, if I can pronounce this right, Etruscan. I'm going to go with Etruscan, who exerted a significant influence on early Roman culture and religion. I've never heard of these people, so I thought I'd add a little bit of information on them. It's good to get a bit of a background. So the Etruscans were mysterious and elusive, and once thrived in what is now, should be, modern day Italy, exerting a profound influence on the development of Western culture. Despite their significance, much about these people remains shrouded in mystery. As I said, I'd not actually heard of them. I've not looked into a lot, but it's not been brought up. So the origins of the Etruscans are veiled in obscurity, with theories ranging from indigenous Italian roots to migrations from Anatolia. And I think we've mentioned Anatolia and Greek last week. So emerging around the 8th century BCE, the Etruscans established a network of city-states in central Italy known as Etruria, encompassing a modern-day Tuscany, Umbria, and Lazio. Again, I hope I pronounced all these right, because I'm absolutely rubbish pronouncing words. So, Etruscan society was characterised by its distinctive social structure and vibrant cultural life. The Etruscans were renowned artists, artisans even, excelling in metalwork, pottery and sculpture. They also possessed a sophisticated writing system, although much of their literature remains lost to time. And again, I will add, the sources for this information in the description. So, religion played a central role in Etruscan life, influencing everything from governance to personal rituals. Etruscans practiced divination, believing in the power of omens and augury to foretell the future. Their pantheon of gods and goddesses reflected a syncretic blend of indigenous and imported deities. So it does seem like a lot of these early religions share the same practices and beliefs, even if it's different deities. They also show all the pagan religions were evolving with the people who practiced and amalgamating with other religions, again, taking the aspects that they liked into account. Despite their cultural achievements, the Etruscans faced decline in the face of Roman expansion. By the 4th century BCE, Etruria had been absorbed into the burgeoning Roman Republic, leaving behind a legacy that would profoundly influence Roman art, architecture and religion. I think we can agree, going a bit off religion here, that some of the Roman architecture and art is some of the best in the world. I had the privilege last year of being able to visit Rome and the Vatican City and see a lot of the archaeology that is there, and it stands to this day and is absolutely mind-blowing, especially when you see the graffiti, that was done over 2,000 years ago. The Etruscans once overshadowed their Roman successors and now emerging from the shadows of history, offering tantalizing glimpses into a civilization rich in art, culture and mystery. So as we continue to uncover their secrets, the legacy of the, I hate saying this word because I'm probably butchering it, Etruscans remind us of the enduring power of ancient civilizations to captivate and inspire. And maybe, you might go on and have a look at these mysterious people and do your own research. I think I may do. So now we move on from them. The Romans were also heavily influenced by the Greeks. I mean, they are kind of neighbours, adopting many of their religious beliefs and practices. The Roman pantheon, for example, bears striking similarities to the Greek pantheon, with gods like Jupiter with the Greek counterpart Zeus, Venus with the Greek counterpart Aphrodite, and Mars with the Greek counterpart Ares. So, finding their counterparts in Greek mythology. You can check out last week's podcast for more information regarding the ancient Greek religion. And we do mention, I think I mentioned Zeus in there. I don't think I mentioned Aphrodite. I definitely don't mention Ares. But again, and you see the similarity within Egyptian as well. So the ancient Romans worshipped a vast array of deities, each with their own myths, symbols and domains. From the mighty Jupiter to the mysterious Hecate, these gods and goddesses shaped the lives of the Roman people in profound ways. So I found a few here I'm going to mention. So let's start at the top with Jupiter, King of Gods. At the pinnacle of the Roman pantheon stands Jupiter, the thundering god of the sky and ruler of gods and men. He is often depicted with a thunderbolt in hand and adorned with regal robes. Jupiter wielded immense power and commanded respect throughout the ancient world. Does it remind you of any other gods out there? Now we have one of the most well-known goddesses, and I'm not even sure, she might be one of the most depicted goddesses as well. Venus, goddess of love and beauty. Venus, the radiant even goddess of love and beauty, captivated the hearts of both gods and mortals alike. From her birth from the sea firm to her passionate affairs with Mars even, and Adonis, Venus embodied the allure and power of feminine charm. And we always see in these, there is one very strong female amongst, well, there's numerous, but there's normally one above them all. So I always remember this next god due to War of the Worlds, and that's Mars, god of war. So Mars, the formidable god of war and guardian of Rome, instilled valour and martial prowess in his worshippers. As the father of Romulus and Remus, won't go into that, but I absolutely love that legend. So Romulus and Remus are the legendary founders of Rome. Mars symbolised the martial spirit that fueled the expansion of the Roman Empire. So we know a lot of these pagan religions revolved around the natural life cycles of the world. It makes it only right that they would have a deity associated. So we have Diana, goddess of the hunt. So Diana, the huntress goddess of the wilderness, roamed the forests with her loyal nymphs and hunting hounds. Revered by hunters and protectors of women, Diana embodied the untamed beauty and ferocity of nature. The Roman deities up high on the pantheon need a messenger. So we have Mercury, messenger of the gods. Mercury, the swift-footed messenger of the gods and patron of travellers, bridged the gap between the divine and the mortal realms. With his winged sandals and caducus, Mercury guided souls to the underworld and facilitated communication among gods and mortals. The gods and goddesses of the ancient Roman pantheon were, with their diverse personalities and powers, reflected the complexities of human experience in the natural world. As we explore their myths and legends, we gain a deeper appreciation of their enduring legacy of Roman mythology and its influence on Western culture. I won't be going too much into that because this is all about the origins. But, it makes me want to. Maybe I should do a series on the Romans. But then we're getting a bit more into history and a bit less on... Mind you, I like history. I digress. Let's get back to this and continue. Despite the influence of external cultures, the ancient Romans were also maintained their own indigenous cults and practices. These often revolved around nature worship, with spirits inhabiting natural features, such as trees, rivers and mountains. This is much like the Egyptian and Mesopotamian cults we've mentioned, and practically any pagan origin. They worship nature and the cycles around them. Many Roman religious festivals trace their origins to pagan rituals, celebrating the cycles of nature. Saturnalia, is it Saturnalia? Saturnalia? I'm going to go with Saturnalia. Tell me if I'm incorrect. For instance, was originally a festival honouring the agricultural god Saturn, marked by feasting, gift-giving and revelry. So let's have a look at this festival. It only seems right to add one in. We normally have one myth and one festival. In this one we've got some gods thrown in. Saturnalia. There we go. Let's go Saturnalia. Or I might just Google it on my phone. It's a week-long celebration held in honour of god Saturn. It was a time of revelry, merriment and social upheaval in ancient Rome. Originating as a rural agricultural festival. Here we go, that's that rural aspect. Saturnalia evolved into a grand affair marked by feasting, gift-giving and a temporary reversal of social norms. Apart from the reversal of social norms, does this sound familiar to a festival most of us celebrate today, or practically all of us know about, even if we don't celebrate? Saturnalia was originally held in mid-December to commemorate the winter solstice and honour Saturn, god of agriculture and plenty. As a time of feasting and merrymaking, Saturnalia provided a respite from the hardships of winter and an opportunity to express gratitude for the bounty of the harvest. During Saturnalia, I'm just going to say during this festival, because if I'm butchering this, it's only going to get worse. Normal social conventions were temporarily suspended, giving rise to a spirit of joviality and camaraderie. Masters served their slaves, roles were reversed, and social hierarchies were momentarily upended. Homes and public spaces were adorned with greenery, while feasts and banquets abound. Central to the festival was the exchange of gifts, symbolizing friendship, goodwill, and the spirit of generosity. People exchanged candles, wax figures, and it said it's called cigallery. Right. Whatever these wax figurines. Again, I apologise. I've got a lisp. I've got partial paralysis. Some words I'm not very good at. And other tokens of affection. Gambling and dice games were also popular pastimes, adding to the festival atmosphere. The culmination of the festival was the Feast of Saturn, a lavish banquet held in honour of the god. Tables overflowed with delicacies, including roast pork, honeyed cakes called kibaria, and mulled wine known as calda. Again, I hope I've done that right. The festival, with its exuberant celebrations and festive customs, offered a brief reprieve from the rigours of daily life in ancient Rome. As we reflect on this joyous occasion, we gain a deeper appreciation for the enduring spirit of camaraderie and goodwill that characterised this beloved festival. And I can imagine this, just everyone, a week of let's eat, drink, be merry, and be pleasant to everyone, and share just that gift giving. Oh, I'd love it. I'm personally, everyone likes receiving gifts, let's not lie, but I really like giving gifts. I like finding something I think people will like and then give them it. So I think I would have really liked this festival back then. As Christianity spread throughout the Roman Empire, it absorbed and transformed many aspects of the pagan religion, which I'm pretty sure we all know and can see. The Christianization Christianization of Roman holidays, such as the celebration of Christmas, coincided with the festival, reflects the enduring legacy of pagan traditions in Western culture. So I asked you before I went into this festival, did you guess which festival this is represented of? And it is Christmas, which started off as a pagan festival, and obviously the solstice was mentioned in there as well. So again, this is showing that evolution and that merging of religions. The ancient Roman religion may have been officially supplanted by Christianity, but its pagan roots continue to weave through the fabric of Western civilization. By understanding these origins, we gain deeper insight into the rich tapestry of belief and the enduring legacy of ancient cultures. So thank you for joining me on this journey through the pagan origins of ancient Roman religion, or Roman religion as it should be. Until next time, we'll keep exploring the mysteries of the origins of pagan religion. Thank you if you've made it this far through. I really appreciate all the support from my listeners. So please show some love by subscribing liking and sharing. It means an awful lot. I will be continuing this series, and I will be looking at, and trust me, I'm a goth back. I've just got to work out a few logistics for that. So that's it for this episode. Take care, Gothletts.